Hi Cancer, welcome to your June 2020 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can hit the link in the description box below. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on, or shall I say us, on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So let's see what June has in store for you. Oh, and if you're celebrating this month at the end of June, going into July, a happy damn birthday to you. Remember to fill your solar return with a little bit of everything that you want this entire year ahead to have in it for you. For your actions and interactions with the world at large, you have the Judgment card. You are taking a trip down memory lane. And not only that, this card, because it's your actions, right? So this is going to see you not only doing the deep dive, but it's also going to see you really delving into your connections, into your entire lifescape, which is kind of, it makes sense, right? Whenever we come to sort of the, just before our birthday, we tend to go into that, that kind of pensive place, where we reflect on the kind of year that we've had, what we've been able to advance, what we've been able to do, what we haven't been able to do, what were the challenges, or, well, I mean, if you're me anyway, I do. This will see you really paying attention to that. And because you've got this Judgment card, this is you really paying attention to what has come up for you, and it looks like you are taking a step, not taking a step backward, but you are very, very much looking at the past. It does feel like in a lot of ways this month you're going to be asking yourself, what is it that you can bring from your heritage, from your people? What is it that you've grown up with that you are either ready to let go of, or has brought you this far? And let's face it, in some way, shape or form, everybody's past, no matter how rocky it is, it helps you become the person that you are. So this month you could be really paying attention to that. It could see you really thinking to yourself, you know what, if I hadn't had any of these experiences, I wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have brought me to this place. For some of you, this could be a feeling of homesickness. It's definitely a possibility. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going home. It just means that in some way, shape or form, you are taking a trip down memory lane. There's something, because your actions and your interactions is what you do, right? The Judgment card is the blast from the past, but this isn't somebody coming back to you. This is about you taking a step backward in some way, shape or form. Maybe going to visit an old friend, maybe hooking up with an old partner, definitely possible, all of that sort of stuff. So just pay attention to it and see what it might feel like for you personally. For your money and materials, you've got the Chariot card, right? So this is your energy. This is the card that represents Cancer, or one of them anyway. And I love this card, right? It means that this month the finances are good. It could be, for some of you, there might be an inheritance coming through. It looks like there's definitely some sort of boost to the finances, and it's in regard to something that is an antiquity. So it might be, so maybe this is something that you applied for ages ago and forgot about. Maybe it's something you applied for ages ago but didn't forget about, and then maybe you made the application and then Hurricane Corona came along and fucked all the plans. But it looks like whatever it is, it was something that you'd applied for that could be either quite lucrative, maybe it's a boost to your money, maybe it's a boost to your finances. This could be where it comes back on the table. Remember, your Chariot card is that victory, it's a success, it's you winning out over something. So this is about your finances really over the month starting to improve, which is fantastic. What I really like about this as well is when it comes to your physical health, this looks like you are getting back, this looks like you're on the comeback trail, right? Whatever that means. I hate the comeback trail. Maybe that's why I don't start. I absolutely hate it. Those first 2 weeks, when you go back to the gym or you start exercising again, or you start, in my case, drinking spirulina, pond water. when you go back to it, those first 2 weeks, man, they're brutal and I hate it. It's always the worst thing. And do you know what? I'll tell you a story because I can. You're all probably like, oh, here we go. We're going to be here for an hour. I'll keep it short. This was one of my previous jobs. We had a set of stairs that led up to the office that I worked in. And at the time I decided, right, I'm going back to the gym, I'm gonna, sort all of that sort of stuff. And this is definitely the comeback trail in some respect for sure. So did my workout, thought, you know what, I feel a little achy, but I'm not that bad. Woke up the next day, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a bit more sore now than I was yesterday, but again, don't feel too bad. The day after that, oh my gosh, when I say that a bad case of the DOMS, I had to, luckily nobody saw me coming in, but when I was going out for my lunch break, I had to put one hand on the wall and one hand on the banister, and I had to literally lift myself, right, so that I didn't touch the floor so much because my legs were in so much pain. And my boss was like, Raf, have you had an accident? Like, someone beat you up? What's going on? And I was like, no, I'm fine, I'm good. So that is why I hate it, because it's always like that for me. I don't, anyway. So with that said, finances are definitely going to improve this month. It looks like some older opportunity is definitely on the table. When it comes to your physical health, it looks like you're getting back on the wagon, right? This is about you saying, right, I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to go back to the gym. I'm going to go on that diet. I'm going to start lifting weights. I'm going to, whatever it is. When it comes to your health, your physical vitality, this is you getting back on that comeback trail. When it comes to your home and environment, for some of you, this could be a month where you are moving, or some of you are changing something about the home. But either which way, that sector looks brilliant for you. For your communications and conversations, you have the Four of Cups. I'm going to be really honest with you. I feel like somebody's going to try to talk you out of something this month, whether this is, maybe through some sort of emotional manipulation. Maybe somebody's going to try to press your buttons, or, maybe poke you in the heart space. My keenest advice to you is not to let them, right? This is really, really important stuff this month. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you be sure to speak up and say, you know what, I want clarity, I want concision, I want the truth, right? Because I don't know, just that's the feeling that I get from this card. I almost feel like somebody's going to try to emotionally manipulate you into doing something for them or getting something from you, and it's going to be up to you to really put your foot down and to say no, right? This is going to be important. On another note, this could be, again, where some sort of correspondence comes in this month about something that I just get this sense that there's something that you've done or something that you've applied for, and then all of this crazy shit happened, and then all of a sudden you were like, okay, well, that's going away. It looks like it's back on the table. It's coming back in, all right? So pay attention. For your heart and half sector, you've got the Empress. I love this. Right, so for those of you that are single, love is definitely in the air. It is a really fruitful time. Now, remember, you got this Four of Cups energy here. Just be sure when it comes to new connections that you're getting the full story. And if you don't feel like you are, you're very intuitive, right? In fact, as far as I'm concerned, Cancer is the most psychic of the signs. Maybe I'm biased because I have the moon in Cancer on my chart, but I don't think it's just that. It's just from observations. So yeah, if you feel like something is wrong with somebody, or not wrong, but something's slightly off, or you're not getting the full picture, ask the question, because very often when you ask someone outright if they're lying or if there's something that they're hiding from you, it offers them enough for them to, they might just blurt out yes, or, or they might just say the thing that they've been hiding But in general, it looks really nice. Love is a good energy for you this month. It's just easy. It could be, this could be a month where you're meeting people, where you're connecting with people. It could be a month where you're building a really nice social circle. Familial ties look lovely, which I really like for you. And for those of you that are partnered, that Empress card is really, right, because you've got the Chariot here as well. And I talked about this whole idea of the move. You could be looking at, what this kind of looks like for you? How can you get out of the place that you're currently living in if it's no longer suitable or viable? For the weeks of the month ahead for you, you have the High Priestess, so your energy right underneath the Judgment card, right? So this is some sort of deep secret that is going to be divulged. It may very well be something that you are sharing. This could be some sort of knowledge and information that you haven't shared with anyone. Maybe this is a big idea of yours. Maybe it's a big launch of... Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe this is a big launch of something that you've been working on behind the scenes that nobody knows about, you know, something that took you a while to put together, maybe a while to create. Because it comes underneath the Judgment card, this could be a big secret or a deeply held secret, something that you've held on to for a very long time. This month and this first week of June, very, very psychic week for you. Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your hunches. Why do I say that? The Judgment card is about things that are right at the depth, you know, I mean, like really in the, you know, it's just really deep card. It really is. And with the High Priestess there, that's the intuition. So this week, pay attention to your dreams, your feelings. If you want to have a reading, a tarot reading, and an astrology reading, anything like that, this is going to be a week for it. This is where you will get good answers, good information, and it will be stuff that maybe kind of makes you go like, whoa, okay, I did not expect that. Your second week of the month, you have the Moon card underneath the Chariot. Lots of lunar energy here, right? So this could see, again, right, because the Moon card is a card of the past. There's definitely some old avenue of funding, an old avenue of finances on its way in. It does feels like something that was, you know, put on the back burner or maybe didn't have a chance to kind of happen because of the situation. And then here in the second week, it starts to come back. Now, again, remember what I said about the comeback trail, because the moon is literally the past, thinking about the past, connecting with the past. The Judgment card is a blast from the past, but this is you actively leading it here, right? So this is why I say it could be you that's divulging the secret here in the first week of June, or maybe it's one that's happening for you. Travel plans, definitely on, but your Moon card kind of says that you're still a bit like reserved. It's kind of like you're making the plans, but there's a part of you that's still kind of like, I'm not sure. Maybe it's because of this heightened intuition, right? For your third week of the month, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Gorgeous. Right underneath the Four of Cups. Anything that doesn't feel right to you, speak on it quickly, speak on it openly. Now, your Four of Cups also talks about good information or good news that is on its way to you, or maybe an opportunity in your midst that you can't necessarily see at the moment. The third week of the month is going to reveal this to you, and it will very much be something that it might just be something that's there in front of you that at the moment you're just kind of like, well, I can't see how that's relevant. And then all of a sudden, you have this big insight of, wow, okay, that could actually be really helpful for me for A, B, and C. It could come really quickly, and it could come through some sort of conversation. But like I said, just be on the lookout for an emotional manipulation or a play this month. It's really important that you keep an eye out for that. Excuse me. And then for the last, look at this, right? So if for those of you that are single, this month you are definitely meeting somebody, right? You've got the Lovers card, which is gorgeous, next to the, you know, underneath the Empress. That is, I mean, interestingly enough, the Empress is Venus, which is currently in the sign of Gemini, which is the Lovers, and it's retrograde, right? So again, for some of you, this could bring back somebody from the past. Look, the Wheel of Fortune is in close proximity as well. So this could bring somebody back from your past for sure. But it could also see you just really having a really great experience. Now, one thing that I do want to say to you, for those of you that are single, it looks like whoever this person is just going to be a summer fling. Do not get super, super attached. And I know that's really hard for a Cancerian. But my feelings and my opinion with these cards is that this person isn't necessarily here for life, but they are here for now. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. All right, for those of you that are partnered, love just looks really good for you guys this month. It really does. I'm seeing a lot of harmony, a lot of care, a lot of attention, but also you guys are choosing to move forward in some way, but together. There's very much a united front here, which is great to see. And then finally, for your key to the month, is the Judgment card, right? So something is bubbling up from within you. I actually feel like in a lot of ways you probably will be walking down memory lane, maybe physically, actually, maybe metaphorically, maybe spiritually or emotionally. It does look like some big reveal is taking place over the course of June for Cancerians, and I tell you, I can't narrow it down any more than I've already given you, but there is going to be some big reveal that comes up in June for you. And over the course of this month, pay attention to your intuition. That's going to fill in the gaps for you, because it's going to be different for everybody, right? Naturally, these are general readings for everybody that has Cancerian energy. I can't pinpoint it any more than that unless I'm specifically reading for you. But double hit of the Judgment card, the High Priestess, hidden things revealed, the Moon card, you know, things that are reflected or, you know, or from the past, next to the Wheel of Fortune, something that comes into fruition. So just as I look at that combination of cards, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is some interesting stuff. And then with your Judgment card and your Chariot card, not only are you on the comeback trail this month, but there's something that's coming back to you that you had already put the energy into, but maybe, you know, hadn't seen the light of day or the completion because of the stuff that we've seen across the wider world stage. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week, month even. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.